Hi guys, it's Scorpso3 here and welcome to another video. Today we will be talking about the TC Helicon Goxlr Mini. Should you buy one? What are the pros and cons? No noise, straight up clarity. Let's get into it. So the reason that I looked at the TC Helicon Goxlr Mini was because I purchased an audio interface from a local store and I paired it with the legendary Shure SM58 dynamic microphone that you see right here. Okay? And so I was looking for that cost-effective studio broadcaster-like sound. What I found was eventually was that I was trying to power this SM58 and the preamp gain had to be turned up to almost 3 o'clock just to get to peak listening levels. And it introduced a bit of noise, but it also was a bit harsh. It created a lot of harshness in the sound. This was a bit of a challenge, and I also realized that, look, I had to be very close to this microphone to get it to work at the correct level. So I went searching for the answer. I tried a microphone preamp first, an inline one, and that seemed to work fine. But the one thing that I didn't realize, and this is a big thing for any of you streamers out there, any of you new guys starting up, like me to be honest, is that you want to be able to control your sound as much as possible. If you've seen the pros and you see how they can mute music, they can mute their chat, they can talk to other people, they can talk to their chat instead of broadcasting it across all of their players who are trying to concentrate on what they're doing, right? And that was one thing that I heavily underrated. And then I was trying to figure out how do they do it. And to be honest, this answers that question. So let's get into it. So the reason I purchased the Goxlr Mini was mainly because I wanted to be able to control my voice. Where does my chat go to? Where does my sound go to? And I wanted the ability to be able to route where my sound goes to. So if I wanted my voice to go to Discord, it could just go to Discord. If I wanted it to go to in-game chat, it could go to in-game chat. If I wanted to play music in the background, can I do that? And can I control the level of the music as well? And the best part is the Goxlr Mini can do that and do that really, really well. And easy, and something you can do on the fly with buttons directly in front of you. So that was a massive plus for me, but also it was easy to equalize your microphone as well, which is something that the SM7B, it can control that microphone. It's got enough connectivity to do a single stream PC, a dual stream PC. Obviously you have the XLR microphone in, you have a 3.5 microphone in, you have a 3.5 headphone out, a 3.5 line in, a 3.5 line out, and also a digital in, which I think would be for new Xbox or any other sound device that you want to go in. So another reason why I did purchase this in the first place was the software, because I looked it up and I was like, is this going to be easy to use, and am I going to be able to use it? So obviously this software makes routing your sounds, your voice, your in-game chat, your Discord, it makes it a breeze, an absolute breeze. The Goxlr will help you set up individual devices. You'll have about 6 or so devices that you can use to separate your audio, which is great. I can't see why other vendors didn't think about this at the time. And the app is easy to use. It's not rocket science, which most things that involve audio I've found so far, there's a big learning curve, and this just simplifies it. Even the way that you can equalize your microphone, you have all the options there to just, if you want to remove some low end, if you want to add some high end, if you want to set up your gates, set up your compressors to have it open and close so you have nice microphone cutoff, silence. You got a whole range of different things, and it's basic and simple, and it might not be over the top like a pro system, but if you're a streamer, the key is here that it does go that extra level where you can have those advanced controls, or you can make it simple. And I wanted the simple way. And then if I do get better at learning how to control sounds, I can go to that advanced level. And there's lots of YouTube videos to watch that talk you through this process and make it simple. I don't think with this device, I do not think that there's anything else that you will need. If you're a single streamer yourself and you're not looking to have multiple devices hooked in, if you're not doing a podcast or whatever, this would be the best device at this point in time for just a simple setup. There are other options out there, which I did look at, but the software lets them down. Some of them, the hardware lets them down. And this is probably the best overall package that I could find that would work best for a single streamer who just wants to get online, do some YouTube videos, and just work that way. Another great thing about this is the RGB looks great. If you like that or not, it is a bit gamerish. So if you're not into that sort of style, I'm unaware if you can turn the RGB off. I think you can, but it would kind of make it hard to use because with the buttons, they're all RGB driven. So if you press the mute button, you can actually see that it's been muted. If you turn the sound all the way down, the RGB lights go down, so you can actually see it tracks the equalizers in the volume controls in live time. And it also has a bit of RGB at the back as well that comes out as well. But it does look great, and it's fully customizable, so you can set up the perfect design for what you want. Like most of my design is purple and gold, so that's what I run with. And I think it looks amazing. It really does look great, and it's easy to set up too. So that's great. And look, for me, $250, that's a deal. That's a deal to me. You could spend a lot more money. By the time you purchased a audio interface, by the time you purchased a microphone, by the time you purchased a preamp, an inline preamp if you needed one, and then found software and voice meter banana to actually get the thing to work and got the extra audio cable inputs for that. Like, that's a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of energy. And I've done all that, and that took me forever, and I still didn't get the outcome that I wanted. So I would highly recommend going for something like this, definitely. And then there is also its bigger brother, which is the Goxlr, which has a couple of extra options, but it's double the price, maybe a little bit more. And I've seen it for 560 Australian dollars. And that's up to you whether you want to spend that much money, but it will save you time and make it so simple for the Goxlr Mini. So the cons, what don't I like about it? All right, there's no mechanical motors on the levels. So with the Goxlr, it's motorized. If you change it in the software, it changes on the device, which is great. So that keeps you up to date with where your levels are at. It doesn't have that. And you'd understand, because that would cost a lot more to produce something like that. One thing that I didn't realize when I bought it is that it does not work standalone. You do need the Goxlr software for it to work, which means you're going to need your PC on or a PC nearby, plugged in, for it to work with the software working. So if something happens to the software, which has happened a couple of times randomly, it will not work if the Goxlr software does not work. But it's pretty good, so we don't have too many issues there. So one thing that I did mention previously was that the RGB levels on the Goxlr Mini sometimes do not go up and down with the software. So if you change it in the software, the levels don't go down because they're not motorized. So you have to make sure, just have a quick look to make sure that your levels are the same on the hardware if you want to control it manually than what they are on your software. Not a massive deal because you can get around it, and you may not even need to touch it, but just so you're aware. Obviously, it's missing some functions of the Goxlr, of the big brother, and it's like not a huge thing, not a massive killer, but it does miss those things, like a sampler. It doesn't have a sampler. It doesn't have the LCD screens across the top of the levels, so you can change that and make that suit whatever you like. So if there's something external that you want to control, you can do it with this, but it's a little bit of a pain and you can't exactly see. So, but to be honest, there's really only 4 things. As a basic streamer, there's really only 4 things you're going to control, and that's your mic, your chat, your music, and your system sound. So that's pretty straightforward. The one thing that I was kind of a little bit disappointed about, and this is really nitpicky, is no De-Esser. No De-Esser. Now, some people might not think that's a big deal, but de-essing is one thing that really kind of gets on my nerves, and I'm not running the De-Esser right now, any De-Esser whatsoever. So, but you can do it in OBS, you can do it in other software, so we can get around that, that's fine, or in post. And the only other thing that I could really mention is that it can be hard to find. They are extremely popular, especially with everyone working from home, streaming getting more popular, people making more content than ever, so it can be really hard to find one. So I'd recommend, I've got a link below, which hopefully will have them in stock. Jump on that, have a look, see if they're there. And I've also put one down there for the big brother, the Goxlr. So if you do want to go that extra level, you can. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informative and that it helps you guys make a decision. And look, if you have any recommendations at all for audio gear, put them down in the comments below. Please subscribe and like this video. I'm Scorpso3. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one.